When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Seminoles will boot it away to start the game. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Clemson Tigers offense will take the field first. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Quickly out to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Caught behind the line. It's Coleman. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Early in the game, I love getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Easy pitch and catch. You've thrown him 4,000 times. Not big shots, but just put you in nice positions on the next downs coming up.
Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. Hard running there. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
They'll move the wide receiver. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Can't get him to the ground. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Back to pass, it's Rayner. Snagged in the middle, it's Coleman. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
Finds his tight end. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Secures it at the 30. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. So the Florida State Seminoles offense will take the field for the first time. And we've got a superb matchup to watch here, David. One of the best quarterbacks in the country. And how much will he be willing to challenge one of the best corners in the land?
Well, and it's going to be more interesting to me, Jesse. Do they let him make it? Like, does he choose to go after him and believe in his ability and believe in his matchups, or do they stay away from him? Because a lot of people stay away from him. He's that good out wide that you don't want that smoke. And I'm interested to see, Jesse, if he has the onions to go after the corner and try to make plays.
Well, one thing we know about him for sure is he's
got some space. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
I like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding I get the ball to my slot guy, he can make plays after it. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness. You watch it, man. Just he catches the football, and a big play can happen. And you saw after the catch, man.
It's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. They bring him down, but not only does he fumble, he gets the first down. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth the chance to have another look. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. The Noles with the 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Catch in the middle. It's Gibson. And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on 3rd down. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Florida State. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Off the play fake on 1st down. Here comes the heat. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's Rayner. Got it set up on the outside. At the 20, he's got space. He gets it past the 1st down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. The execution on that screen pass is one that will go in a coaching clinic.
Nice execution on the screen. Allow the rush to come upfield. Now I release, get the ball to the running back. I got my playmaker in space. Nice chunk yardage play right there by the offense.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Here's the return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Looking for room. It's Moulton. There he goes. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Renegade would be proud of the way they're using those horses to move it on the ground.
Yeah, get the horsepower going. And, man, they've had some serious backs over the years at Florida State. And you think about all the talent, all the swag over the years. You got to get back to that, find those guys that they can really attach this offense to and thrive.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The Seminoles in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They're going back to the ground. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Mendoza. Throws to the tight end. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Noles! Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
The lone back's got it. Past the first down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
It was a really nice play there. The thing I like about this guy, too, his versatility. He's not just good running the ball, but he can catch and he can block. And you think about all the greats they've had at the position in recent years. Versatility at the running back position, being an every down back. And that's exactly what this guy embodies.
Clemson is quick to the line.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. Tough determined run gets it down to the 12.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on second down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
The give to the fullback. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Purdue is getting whooped today, and at some point this comes down to preparation. Are you prepared to play? Clearly, the answer today is a big fat...
Breaks into the open. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Seminoles! They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
Yeah, offensive line, give me a crack, I'll do the rest. How about the Jets, the speed? He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Some fresh air. Only a short gain on that run. Defense played it well. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Rayner. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here.
Breaks away on the left. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. They have just 3 measly points on the board, but trying to cobble a little something together here before halftime.
Yeah, make something happen. And listen, if I'm this defense, I want to keep them right where they're at. Done a great job all game keeping them in check. Don't let them get some cheap points going into the half, get momentum, and start feeling confident about themselves.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment, and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Brown. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Finds him out of the backfield, and they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. No fair catches here, looking for room. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They've been outstanding here in this first half. Might as well try for the knockout punch, David.
Yeah, confidence has to be at an all-time high. Great first half. I'm going to get more, Palmer. I'm not scared with the lead when I got the football in.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can see the quarterback's body language. He wants to go. He wants to go tempo. He wants to take shots. They're trying to light this scoreboard up.
On the move. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long.
It really doesn't matter what the decision is on the RPO. When your defensive line can reset the line of scrimmage like that, get off blocks, and make plays.
Sends it back in motion. Back to pass, it's Mendoza. Here's a heat. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. And the Seminoles will try to pin them back with the punt. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Brown. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Tigers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. The offense will quickly use a timeout. Here comes Clemson with another 1st down. Gets the back moving. Looking downfield on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Coleman. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. I got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
It's complete to the right. Shakes off the defender. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling.
And a great play design here in this type of situation. Obviously trailing, you're trying to put something up on the scoreboard, and just using the sideline, using the boundary, getting the ball out of bounds and stopping the clock.
To the air, it's Rayner. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. This will likely be the last play of the half. Got to save every precious second, and the spike stops the clock. Just enough time for one final play of the half. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. On 4th down, looking to pass. Unleashes one deep. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half.
Clemson will kick this deep to get the second half underway. On the run from inside his own 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They open this 3rd quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that. Turning it on! Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run to guys, and get them on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Right back to the well. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Well, the quarterback and his intended target just simply didn't have the timing there. The ball falls incomplete on third, now setting up fourth down.
Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Sure hands, it's Robinson. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Seminoles are on the move. Motion from the wideout. To the air, it's Mendoza. Dumps it to the back. Got it in the middle, it's Webster. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Out of the gun, the inside give. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make the play, and I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Rushes on him. Finds his big tight end. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Noles have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defense coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Grabbed behind the line. It's Webster. And that one did not work.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable 3rd down. Get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast, getting to the running back, and getting that sucker on the ground.
Touchdown, Florida State! And the stomping has commenced. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Unless you have somebody ready to do his best Tom Brady impression, down 28-3 is no fun, and they have to get something going right now. Running into the open space, and he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20. And here comes the offense on second down. Motion from the back. Back to throw, it's Rayner. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Well, this offense keeps giving up sacks, and they keep finding themselves in situations like this, 3rd and long right now. They don't have many points in this game, and this is a big reason why. It's hard to score if you don't keep the 3rd downs manageable. So moving forward, whether it's running the football on 1st and 2nd or throwing short passes earlier in the drives, they've got to change things up because taking sacks like this is killing this offense.
Clemson will send the punt team out. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Fields the punt, wants to make a play. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Looking for room, it's Webster. A 7-yard pickup, it'll be 2nd and 3.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run.
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. To the air, it's Applewhite. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Makes the catch. It's Webster. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. And he'll need a little distance and accuracy, a 42-yarder from the left hash. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And that lead grows even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Man, we've been anticipating this top 15 matchup all week. Let's show you how things are playing out. Purdue is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Purdue, Pete, isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 4 over Ohio State. Just another week in the Big Ten where the only constant is chaos. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
Makes the grab. It's Coleman. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking. Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
They couldn't connect on 2nd down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. To the air, it's Rayner. Makes the grab down the middle. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Trying play action. Looking deep down the right side. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it. But you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback. And again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Looking to pass. It's Applewhite. Gets it to him on the screen. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. We've reached a 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. Now the play fake. Looking to the big tight end. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. The Seminoles will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll make the fair catch at the 13, and they will have less than favorable field position here. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on 1st down. They'll send the back in motion. Takes the easy completion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Not a lot of productivity on that last play. They'll try it again on 2nd and long from the 23. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. The screen, he's got wheels. There he goes. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. And David, they were...